Defense. Today we want to talk about something that has occurred to me over the last year, and that is about AR-15s. So I was never a big AR-15 person until a few years ago. Of course, I'd been in the military and had fired M16s. Of course, in my day it was the full-size M16, the 20-inch model. It had select, safe, semi, full auto, and we had to qualify on those. And I qualified, and I shot expert, and I like shooting, and I did pretty well on it. So, and I stayed qualified the whole time I was in the military. But when I got out and started shooting, I was kind of a handgun guy. But my brother had a lot of ARs and out in Colorado, and I shot with him, and he had some cool ones that I liked, and he was building them, and so he suggested that I build one, and so I decided to do it. And what we did was we bought this kit, and we assembled from the kit this full-size AR-15. This is a 20-inch, and I did this one because I was familiar with it. This is what I had in the military, and as you can see, it kind of looks like your standard military configuration. And so I was comfortable with it, and this is what I built. And we built it. We had to build it from scratch. So we built all of the lower, put all of the springs in, all the parts, all the pins. We put it together, and it's on a lower from Olympic Arms, and then we bought the other parts. So this is what I shot for a long time, and I actually took it out with my brother, and we shot a 600-yard match with it, and I didn't really do all that great, but it was fun. And I liked it. I liked it because it's something I'm familiar with, and it's just your standard open sights, and everything operates. In fact, this old mag it's an old Colt mag. It's a Vietnam era type 20 round mag, and but I had a lot of fun with it. Okay. Now, after this, I decided to, of course, I always do concealed carry, and I teach concealed carry, but I wanted to expand a little bit and get into some other things I could teach. And so I took a lot of training initially a couple of years ago, and this last year, quite a bit of training for the AR-15, so we could teach requalified police officers, armed security, anybody who wants to learn how to shoot the AR-15, those kind of things. So by doing that, I had to get a more modern, if you will, AR-15. So I put together this one, bought it from Palmetto State Armory, and this is a 16-inch version, and bought it from Palmetto State Armory, and and this is a nice gun. This is more like what people have today, and this one's a stainless barrel. It is the medium-sized grips here. So if you have a bayonet, for example, it'll still take a standard AR-15 or M16 bayonet, and it does not have it's not an M4 style, basically. It doesn't have the M4 cuts and all that. It's got the furniture on it is Magpul. It's got all Magpul furniture on it, and I ordered it up that way, the parts. And again, I put this one together from parts, and I shot it for training, and it worked pretty well. I put a red dot on because that's really what you need nowadays if you're going to do any kind of serious training, and so I put this red dot on. It's a Bushnell TRS-25. Works very well. I like it. And with the 16-inch barrel, of course, It comes up very easy. It's very easy to maneuver. Also for training, they said you really need to have a light, and so I put a light on it. And it's got a finger, you know, I can press it with my finger and turn it on. Now this is just an old light I had around. This isn't the new high-tech lights, and I do have a high-tech light, but this one isn't it. Alright, so anyway, I like this gun, and I shot it for a while. But the thing is, this has still got the A-frame front sight on there, and when I look through the red dot, I still see that A-frame front sight, which is fine. A lot of guys don't mind that, and a lot of guys shoot that way. Of course, it's got a set of Magpul pop-up rear sights. You know, of course, you lose the battery, or you lose something in the front sight. But as I went through the training, I got less and less, liking it less and less for the training I was doing. So I went to something else. So I basically got the same type gun, only I got it flat top, complete flat top. No A-frame front sight on this one. This one's got the same red dot on it, the TRS 25 Bushnell. It's got the pop-up rear sights and the hard front sights. But because it doesn't have that A-frame on it, when I look through it now, all I see is the red dot. And you know, for guys that are my age, you want as little confusion as possible. And so now when I look through there, all I'm seeing is that red dot. I'm not seeing the front side, I'm not seeing that A-frame sitting out there. I'm just seeing the red dot, and I like that. I like that. Less confusing, especially when you're in a hurry, you're doing training, you're doing drills, you're running, you're shooting, you're moving, and all those kind of things. So, now it's got the same barrel. Doesn't have the cutout. It's not an M4 style. It's just a regular barrel. It does have the QD mounts and stuff, and it's got the rail on the top. But actually, I like this better. I like this better. The same Magpul furniture and everything, and it's Palmetto Armory lower, Palmetto Armory parts. But I like it better because, for me, at my age, and for what I was doing, running, shooting around cover, moving, shooting different positions, it was much less confusing with just the red dot. So this is what I went with. So I think I would say that for my preference, for what this gun would be used for, training, home defense, those kind of things, the flat top with the red dot, and of course some backup sights. If you need them, you can pop them up. And this one's got the really nice light on it. Okay, so this one has the Streamlight TLR1HL, and it's an 800 lumen light, and it's mounted right here on the side, so if I need it, I can toggle it, or I can turn it on. I can toggle it this way, or I can turn it on full, and it's bright, and it works, and I can get to it with my thumb if I need to while I'm working the gun. So I like this for the simple matter is, and also this forward grip is not as big around. I thought I would like that big Magpul front plastic grip, but you know what? For what I was doing and all the training and moving and shooting and all that stuff, it was too fat. I was having a hard time getting a grip. On this one, I can get a nice solid grip. I can come up, I can stay up, I can come down, I can move it around, I can see very clearly. I like this a lot. And with this grip, it just fits a lot better. So, as you can see, as I've gone through my training time and my use and shooting and that, I've come to some conclusions. One, you need to have a red dot. Two, the light is a good thing to have. Three, you probably don't want that big front sight post sitting up here. You just want a flat top completely. use your red dot mostly, and if the battery dies, the red dot quits working, you can flip your backup sights up and use those. I also added on this one an extended charging handle right here. So with that extended charging handle, I can, if I want to keep my hand on the gun, I can charge it this way, and I like it a lot better. So the extended charging handle also, and I put a nickel boron bolt in it for what that's worth. Don't know really how much good change that was, but it was on sale. It was a good price, so I got one. But but this one really is the one I went with, and the one that is my main gun now. It is the one I like. It's like I said, Palmetto State Armory, PA-15 multi, and magpul parts, and this thinner flat top front. That's what I went with. Now, I also learned some things about slings. Okay, back in the day, when I was, back in the GI day, I just had an all plastic GI sling on this thing. And it's just basically a nylon, half-inch web that goes from here to here, and it's so you can throw it over your shoulder, march in formation, whatever. But as I did training and as I was doing shooting, I realized that did not really do the trick, and so I tried a single point sling, and in fact I mounted on this one right here. Right here there's a mount for a single, took off the buttstock, put in a single point sling mount right there. I found I really didn't like that all that much, and I like the 2-point sling. And so I went out and re-equipped all my guns with 2-point slings. Now I started out, of course, when I was doing the training for being an instructor, I started out on this one, as I mentioned, and so I got a 2-point sling, and this is a VTAC, Viking Tactics 2-point sling, adjustable. I like these 2-point slings because you probably, the way you're going to carry this gun in training, in action, no matter what you're doing, is like this, slung across your chest, because you're going to be wearing a belt, you're going to have a sidearm. So you're going to have mag pouches on one side, you're going to have a sidearm, probably, I have my, I shoot an XD, Springfield XD, with a light, mounted with a light, and it's here, and my magazines are on this side, including magazines for this AR. But it slings this way, so I have, when I want to sling it up, it's tight, it's not going anywhere, it's not dropping, it's not slinging, wandering all around. It's out of my way, so if I want to draw and go to the sidearm, I can do it this way. It's also out of the way here of my magazine pouches. Okay, so I really like, and I like it mounted high, here on the very back, and down here on the very front. Okay, because that gives me control of this gun from top to bottom, and it's slung this way. Now these slings are adjustable, so if I want to tighten it up, I simply grab this, and I can pull it down like this. I can tighten it down as tight as I want to go with it, and now it's really tight. So if I'm running, if I'm climbing, if I'm doing something else, and I want the gun really tight to me, I can tighten it up. Or I can reach back here, and I can pull this up, and I can loosen it up. So I can loosen it up so that if I need to come up on the gun, I can do that. All right. So I went to this during the training because it gave me all the ability to maneuver. It gave me the ability to go to my things I had on my sides. I have a duty belt because, of course, we were training to qualify police officers, armed security, those kind of things. and they're going to be wearing duty belts with sidearms and mag pouches and lights and radios and all that kind of stuff. So it slings to the front right here, really nice. Now you can also, if you want to, you can put it back over this way, and you can sling it back like this. Now that's really cool. It's like Braveheart, and his big old sword he's got over there. That's cool for 20-year-olds, but when you're my age and one of your shoulders is just about gone, that's not as cool. Now I'm going to be hard-pressed to get this gun back because my shoulder is not what it used to be, and so reaching back here to grab this gun back now and sling it back over to the front is not as easy as it used to be. So there is some drawback there, but that's an age thing, not a gear thing. So anyway, that is what I like. I like these slings. Now this was, like I said, a VTAC sling, and when I went to the other gun, when I went to this one, the one I really like, the flat top front, I went with a different sling. This is a sling that my brother uses, and he really likes it. He's a rifle guy, big time rifle guy. Competition, 600 yards, 1,000 yards, 100 yards, military rifle, he shoots it all. So in talking to him, he suggested a different kind of sling, and I went with it. And this comes from Zahal, Israeli company, and they make gear for Israeli military. This one's also adjustable, but it's got an adjustable loop right here that I can undo this, and once that's undone, then this comes out, and it's velcroed on the back side, and it gives me a longer reach. Okay, so I get a much longer reach if I need it. Generally I don't need it, but if I did, that's how I would get the longer reach. But I like this one because it is fatter, thicker. It's more comfortable. Because it's so wide, it doesn't cut across the shoulders and those kind of things. All right, now, so I'd like it better. And it's more versatile in mounting it because the keepers for these is just and I don't know if you can see this, but it is just, you wrap it through there, you loop it through, pull it tight, and then it's got a hook and a swivel right here, and that's how you attach it. So it lets you attach it to almost any kind of mount. All right, so that's what I've gone with. Zahal. Now, to sum up this video, I've gone through a progression of what I like. I started with what I used in the military I was comfortable with. That was great for a while. Then I started getting more into training to become an instructor. I realized I needed a 16-inch gun, a lighter gun, one that you can move around better. Went to this one, but I ended up not liking the front. It was too fat in the front. I didn't like the front sight post, and I just over time came to the conclusion that this is really the way to go. And I don't need anything on this except for the sling, the red dot, the light, and then of course some backup sights. And that's it. I don't have any other stuff on this. I like this. I finished up. I used this most of the time during training, both on the range inside and outside. And we were training outside, running and shooting and getting down and all that kind of stuff. And I just like this one better. It really isn't any lighter, I don't think, but it seems like it is. I get a better grip on it, and it's just more comfortable to run. So if you're looking to do what I've done, do some tactical stuff or some training, that's what I went with, and those are the reasons why I went with it. This is the way that I've gone, and I like it, and I think I'm going to stay with this. These other ones are fun, and they're nice, And the long one's nice, the old 20-inch is nice. Caddy, it makes me feel young when I shoot that one because I feel like I'm a young guy again. But this is really the more practical way to go, especially if you're going to train or do something like that, or use it for home defense or something. Anyway, I hope you like it. This is my experience, and maybe it'll be useful for you. So thanks. We'll see you later.